these local lockdowns are working to drive down the virus?
Me personally, I don't think they are working. From my own experience lately, last week, so I've seen a lot of people going outside. I think the fact that it happened before, people had enough of it at the moment to it again for a reason or another, and that's wrong. That shouldn't be like that. The majority of people that are not complying with it, I believe they are young people. So, for example, yesterday I've seen over 15 person at around 10:30 at night in one of the streets covering together, which I was shocked when I've seen that. So I don't think it's going to work for many reasons. We knew when normally when you people see at least somebody in prison, he will try to flee. So people don't want to be close.
So if people have basically had enough, or enough people are fed up enough of this to not bother anymore, what you then need, I think, it seems to me anyway, is a track and trace system that even if they do meet up in groups of 15, at least people know who's come into contact with whom. And we just haven't got that at the moment, have we, really? Not a proper one.
I totally agree. However, I would like really for the public to help the NHS as well, to help this trace system, because it's really a big job to trace every individual who's got coronavirus. And so now I give you an example of myself. I'm a taxi driver, and what I do is I've got a paper pen in my car, and every customer who jump in, I take his name, his number, and so on, and the time when he's got in the car. So in case if I got coronavirus, I make sure that the customers.
So you've taken it into your own hands, Mehdi. You trust the test and trace system so little you're doing it yourself. One man contact tracing.
I'm doing it myself for the best interest of my customers and for the best interest of me, as well as I tell my customers. I've printed few cards with my number, and I give them my number and say, please, if you develop any symptoms, please let me know.
Interesting. Mehdi, thank you. I wonder how many more people are doing something of that nature as well. Thank you for your call. I want to go to Monica, who's in Bexley this evening. Hi there, Monica.
Hello. I'm trying to. I thank you for the last one. So I agree with what you're saying. I've told your organizer that I don't approve of lockdown. Sorry, what?
No, they are very much my organisers. Believe me, Monica. More than anyone can imagine, they organise me.
Anyway, I told her I didn't agree with lockdown at all, anywhere at all. And the reason is that I have been going along with it all, and I can quite understand that we've gone back to school. I'm a teacher. I'm a 63-year-old teacher too, so I fit into that older bracket. And I feel that right now what we're doing is we are sacrificing our entire economy. Now, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about lives. I'm talking about people's livelihoods, simply for the sake and the security of a few people. And my age group is probably in the endangered group, but I think, no, it's wrong. We've moved on now. So the doctors have discovered various generic drugs which work. We've got good systems at the hospital. We need to get everything open again. I'm seeing people losing their livelihood.
Yeah.
My son is in the airlines. He's facing losing his mortgage, his home, and destitution. Why? People in whole areas are not going to be helped with this, and with the what you call it, the government systems, and they're losing it. It's not right. I think.
So instead of a local lockdown, Monica, or instead of a form of local lockdown, and some of it is obviously it impacts on your ability to do things that you would like to do, like go around to people's houses in great numbers or whatever. Is that so much of an imposition that it shouldn't be relied upon to try and drive down the
what I want to
virus?
see is the economy opening up. I don't want to see people not being able to go to the theatre, not being able to travel from country to country anymore. And the reason I say that is it's going to drag on and on. If we've got COVID-19 now, there'll probably be a COVID-21, 20, 21, 23. It'll carry on. And there'll be different versions of it. And we can't just keep closing the whole of our world's economy up for disease. We have to learn to manage it. And when I say manage it, I don't mean go out and just be stupid. I mean, obviously, wear masks, sanitize, keep away. Be careful.
Well, maybe the management of it. Maybe
everything.
No, but nobody, I don't think, is suggesting that we do a lockdown akin to the one that we did in March, because that would be a catastrophic failure of trying to manage our way through this. But maybe, Monica, part of unfortunately having to learn to live with this thing, because it isn't going anywhere. Learning to live with this thing might mean that from time to time people are told, look, I'm really sorry, but it is just too much of a risk to allow you to go to this place or that
It's a
place.
risk to a few people, but it's also destroying the lives of others. I mean, the airline industry, the tourist industry, the theatre industry, the wedding planners industry, the various events industries are being destroyed. Okay, bad luck, guys. I know you're making a little sacrifice. No, you're not. You're making a sacrifice of your whole lives.
Well, listen, Monica, I'm sorry about your son. We live next door to two pilots. They just got on the housing ladder, just bought their first house, and they've both got no income at the moment, which is a nightmare for them. Monica, thank you. 0345 6060 973. So if it is not the form of rolling local lockdowns that help drive down the virus, whether it does or not is an open question, but if it's not that as a strategy to deal with it, is there anything else? Is there another way of trying to live with this? Or is the hope just pinned that in March things might get better, vaccine might be available, the weather picks up a bit, so we might be able to come out of it? 0345 6060 973. We'll talk more about the test and trace in just a few moments' time. The fact that the government has had lost around nearly 16,000 cases and so far has managed to get in contact with around half of them. Talk about that in just a few moments. Top topic here, it's 6:47. Let's get a news update. Tim Humphrey.
The Health Secretary has told MPs a data problem that stopped almost 16,000 coronavirus cases being recorded in England should never have happened. More than 12,000 new cases of coronavirus have been announced in the UK in the last 24-hour period. 10 people have been arrested after 4 young people died after taking drugs over the weekend in the northeast of England. The weather fairly cloudy tonight, with showers continuing in many areas, a more persistent rain in the west, staying breezy in the south, and a low of 7.
LBC Travel, I'm Dave Goff. They're accused on the M11 going out of town. It's partly blocked because of an investigation between junction 4 for the North Circular Road and junction 5 for Loughton. They're accused in Lee on the South Circular Road eastbound. A lane is blocked because a tree's fallen on the road at Baring Road. In the city, they're accused on Upper Thames Street eastbound. It's partly blocked because of an accident before London Bridge. It's along the A40, the Western Avenue, going out of town because of the burst water main between the Polish War Memorial and Hillingdon Circus. On the trains, South Western Railway services aren't moving between Guildford and Woking because of a points failure, and London Tramlink have no service between Lloyd Park and Addington Village.
Coming up at 7 on LBC, Ian Dale.
On the News Hour, yet another test and trace fiasco from PHE England. Donald Trump latest, Rishi Sunak makes a very short conference speech, plus Paris shuts its bars.
Ian Dale on LBC.
This is a message from the government. The law has changed. You must self-isolate if you test positive for coronavirus or are told to self-isolate by NHS Test and Trace. If you do not, you risk a penalty of £1,000 or more. Testing and isolating are vital to stopping the spread of coronavirus. Because this is so important, the government is now providing financial support for those who need it whilst self-isolating. You could be eligible for a £500 support payment if you're on low income and are unable to work because you're self-isolating. Find out if you're eligible at gov.uk/coronavirus. Break the cycle of infection, not the law. Stay alert. Control the virus. Save lives.
Help keep everyone secure by keeping track of your visitors with 360 ICT's Proximity Contact Tracing System. Proximity Contact Tracing is a tool for helping to manage COVID-19. Our tracing system uses your Wi-Fi infrastructure to track the movements of visitors and employees